What's up guys, Starter Hugo here, and today we'll be talking about the top 5 sleeper decks. So these aren't decks that make you fall asleep, I will be talking about the control decks later. What I mean is decks that deserve more credit, that people are sleeping on, decks that are severely underrated. These aren't necessarily rogue decks, I will be covering these in another video. But these are just decks that people are sleeping on, that should be top pick, that deserve more credit, but they just aren't getting that credit. Starting off at number 5 we have Trap Tricks. Trap Tricks got some decent recent support. They got a new trap hole card that they wouldn't even run. And some an okay new monster in as a world premiere in Duel Overload, it was called, right? Might mess up names because we have so many Duel X sets. Anyways, Trap Tricks are a solid control deck. They have a lot of ways to build up unfair advantage in a rapid way. You have a lot of trap holes that cover different situations, that counter certain decks. But their main issues, I guess they're not that great against other control decks, and that's their weak point. If you're able to negate the effect of their Link monster, they just fall flat on their face and they don't do much. I don't think, I haven't checked the prices, Trap Tricks is that expensive. I don't think you need to run Pot of Extravagance in them, because you also want your Link monster to be an extra deck actually, so yeah. And there's some room for creativity as well. You can run the Artifact Engine, you can run Hands if you feel like a boomer and want to play that old hat deck still in 2020. There's a lot of normal traps you can run, considering the card Trap Trick exists, which ironically is good enough in Trap Tricks. Trap Trick and Trap Tricks, yeah, that's not confusing at all. And they've got some really decent trap holes that I can just easily search as well. Cards like Bottomless Trap Hole will still catch your opponent by surprise. Time Space Trap Holes are a really underrated good trap hole card. So they have a lot of options. My number 4 is Pendulum Endymion. Now if you were to ask a certain YouTuber, he would say it's the best deck of the format. But he also says that every format. But credit where credit is due, the Endymion Pendulum deck is really solid. There's not a lot of people playing it. There are some people that play it of course, but it's not having as much representation as other decks. It has a lot of potential. I'm not entirely sure what the deck can do either, but I just know the deck has access to a lot of combos. It can play through interrupts very well, which is also somewhat relevant for meta play. So yeah, if you're looking for a new deck to pick up, Pendulums might be a great idea, the Endymion variant at least. Not so sure about Pendulum Magicians anymore, to be honest. So, my number 3 is Burning Abyss. They recently also won an event, although it's an online event, so the level of the actual event might be debatable. But still, it goes to show the deck is still not dead. There are multiple strong variants. You have the block variant, although the Emancipator exists now, which abuse Block Dragon better than Block BA. You have Burning Abyss, actual pure-ish, which won the event, and there is still PK Fire that I think has still potential. So Burning Abyss in general is a very underrated deck. People are sleeping on it in my opinion. I still think the deck has a lot of potential. Master Rule 5 also makes it so you don't need to go into a Cherubini, for example. You can just directly go into Dante, or whatever Exceed you want. The deck has a lot of potential. My number 2 is Gem Knights. As a wise man once said, solid rocks brawler. But I think this decoder doing well with the deck at Wijsheid Utrecht goes to show how much power the deck has. It got new combos that I don't even fully understand, with cards like Onion Carrier now. There is supposedly a way to FTK with 2 normal monsters that I haven't found yet. If somebody finds it, do tell, but I can't find it. If that does exist, well, the deck's insane. But it can FTK without many issues through some interruptions actually, especially if you build your deck well, you can just play through interruptions as well. And it's one of the most consistent FTK decks at the moment, and people like to hype it Emancipator a lot, but if there's a combo deck that can just FTK with the same consistency as you can create an unbreakable board, then just play the FTK right. I mean, FTKs will always be good because you literally kill them in the first turn. So if they don't open the right hand trap, then they're lost from the start. Number 1 sleeper deck is Six Samurai. People are really sleeping on this deck. Part of it is due to people just not understanding the deck. I don't fully understand Six Samurai either. I thought I fully knew them, but apparently there's other ways to play the deck than I knew. There is a shitpost deck with, it's called again, Pole Position going around, featured on Distant Coder's channel as well, where they create an unbreakable board, but the deck can just outright FTK you. You can either just summon Amazon's Archer with ease and use that to loop them. can go into Arcane Force the World if you want style points. You can just go into Cowboy, loop it a few times. Considering alt entity to Chituga, I believe it's called. You can just bounce back your Dagus Emerald into the extra deck. You can just loop it like that. Although you can also just use Nightmare for that. Nightmare. What's his name? Phoenix, I believe the link tweet. Because Gem Knights also use that to reset one of the Gem Knights. It's Master Diamond, I believe. So, yeah. I think 6 Samurais have multiple ways to FTK. And there, I'm pretty sure that's just a combo that from Isolde alone will lead to an FTK. I'm not that well trained in 6 Samurai, so I'm not entirely sure. But the deck has a lot of potential to FTK, so yeah. Anyways, that's my top 5 sleeper decks of this format. 5 decks that people are sleeping on, that are really strong, but people aren't giving credit. Any I missed, tell me so in the comments. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Start here, signing out.